Okay, you've got a crazy story, an absolutely crazy story. So we want to do a video for you, on you here, and before your rash goes away, let's take a look at it. I don't want to expose you inappropriately, but because this is, you said it's okay to be on YouTube, and look at the redness there. Okay, all right.
This is what wasn't exposed.
Okay, that's the unexposed area. So, so what we're talking about here is a sun allergy.
Yeah.
She gets anaphylactic reactions to the sun. Going up here, look at that.
That's here.
Over here, yeah, look at that. And so, tell us a little bit then what's going on. And again, you don't mind this being on YouTube? Oh, on her back. Okay. Look at that. So you can see. So it's the areas of your body that's exposed to the sun. Why isn't this so? Why isn't this pink?
That's where I was wearing my bra.
Okay, so you were wearing a bra. All right. And so you have anaphylactic reactions when you are exposed to the sun.
Yeah.
And you need to take an EpiPen.
I have to take I have to have an EpiPen with me. And that was in 2011 when they said I needed to carry that around with an inhaler and to take Benadryl.
This is where your actually, let me, in a moment here. This is where your EpiPen went in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can kind of see where it's a little blanched right around there. All right, so today, what happened?
I was getting changed to go inside of an inside pool, and the door's right here, and everybody's getting changed outside. And I walked from the apartment to the pool door, and from getting undressed and was just down in my bathing suit, and from that point it started burning real bad on my legs, and then it started itching, and then when it starts to go numb, like I can't really feel it right here, but when it starts to go numb, it's like, okay, that's not normally exposed,
right?
So I'm probably gonna have to go to the hospital. So I had her go with me and drive me.
Let me see that right arm. That's really fair. Look at that. Look how red that arm is.
And in the car, where that video I was showing you.
Yeah.
Right after that, shortly after that, is when it got difficult to breathe in.
So you start having trouble breathing.
It starts here, and then down here it gets really tight.
Yeah.
And even though I know I'm sitting at 100%, it feels really tight, and I try to calm down because I don't want to have anxiety on top of it.
Yeah.
So, because that just.
Did you start wheezing?
I did.
Okay.
I started wheezing.
So basically, anaphylaxis, you need usually it's two body organs organ systems that are affected, and that's how you make so you had two body organ systems involved here. So.
Yeah. So, and there's not a doctor that I can go to down here for this specifically. A lot of everything that I know is done on what I've looked up, and I've called, pharmaceutical companies.
You were diagnosed though up in New York.
In New York, I had the insurance, so I went to NYU, and they stuck me in a standing tanning bed, and they covered every single part of my body, and had four little
windows
boxes
or
on my backside, and UVA was in this one, UVB was in this one, and reaction time was 2 minutes for both, and that was only accidental when they found it.
Wow.
So.
Wow. And what medications do you take at home on a regular basis? Because obviously, you were telling me 2 minutes ago that you can go out in the sun, but you have to be totally covered. Your arms and your face, you say, what was the term you used?
Skin hardening.
Skin hardening.
It's because it's what's exposed on a daily basis. It'll get red, but it won't be as bad as my stomach or my legs.
Yeah. So today, parts of the body that you normally don't see the sunshine came in contact with it, and that's what caused you to have this allergic reaction.
Yes.
Are you on antihistamines regularly, all day long, every day?
Every day I take Cetrazine, up to 4 of them.
Okay.
Depending, like during the summer, I know I'll have to take 4 in the beginning of the day because it'll stop the pain.
Yeah.
But the reaction will still happen, and I won't have any kind of stridor or wheezing.
Okay. Have you ever had facial swelling where your tongue swelled up or anything like that?
It's the back of my throat and my tongue starts to swell up real bad if I don't take any kind of interventions.
Okay. All right.
More
How
than
many?
5 minutes.
You've done a lot of research on this. You're the first patient I've ever seen with this, so I don't know anything about this. How many people out there have the same problem that you have?
From what I remember reading, it's less than 1% of the world's population that has what I have. And what makes mine even more rare is that my throat closes up, because that's not a common feature with this.
There is such things as photodermatitis. I mean, but this is different than this. This is basically complete anaphylaxis, allergic reaction, which you could die from.
Yeah, which is almost happening like
when
3
you're exposed.
times.
Is that right?
Before 2011, before I even knew what it was, before anybody had any kind of diagnosis on what this was, I was always told it was a photosensitivity. Okay, well, in my head, you have to have an underlying reason for some kind of something. And they just weren't giving it to me, so I found it on my own.
So you almost died, meaning that you dropped in blood pressure?
My throat closed up, my blood pressure dropped. Very first time it happened, I was in a tanning bed. Didn't know. Went to a tanning bed. Stayed in there full 10 minutes. I came out. Everything was really red, really unusual. I was feeling really lightheaded. I got out to my car. I was like, wow, this kind of took a lot to walk from that point to this point. Started the car. Drove the car less than a block. Parked the car into a gas station where my friend worked. When I got out of the car, I stood up and I collapsed.
Wow.
My blood pressure had dropped so much that I just went unresponsive, and it was just bad. And I was laid out on the ground for about a minute before I kind of was in and out of consciousness, but I was able to get up, walk into the store.
And get out of the sun.
And, well, it wasn't even that. I was in and out of consciousness, so when I walked into the store, my friend saw me, saw I was in trouble, and I collapsed, and I was in and out of consciousness for 20 minutes until an ambulance got there.
Okay. Did they do an EpiPen on you at that time?
No.
Just gave you an IV, some fluids?
I really don't remember what happened.
After that,
After that, I remember throwing up, and that's about it.
Okay.
And then after that, it was all kind of go from there.
All right. So today, what have we done, Dr. Haston?
Well, she took the EpiPen before she got here. That was about maybe 10 minutes before arrival, and that seemed to have calmed her down quite a bit. You took your initial antihistamines this morning.
I have not taken it this morning, which is
okay.
why I think it got so bad.
So you probably had a little bit of an extra reaction. I mean, a little bit stronger than
because
normal since
normally
you have those on board.
the 4 cetrazine pills I take just because this in my face and it gets in my scalp and my hair.
Okay.
And even that gets swollen, and if I get too hot for sitting outside, like if I'm out on a call or something, I'm trying to help somebody else, I have to wear a hoodie and long sleeves, otherwise I'll pass out and go.
Will you send me? We're going to put this on YouTube, partly because you want the world to know about this condition. So maybe some drug companies will do some orphan drugs or something to help you out.
The one drug that seems, from what I read and from who I talked to over at Clinovial, it's 100% curable with this new drug that's in orphan trials right now.
But why won't you get it?
It's specifically made for people with vitiligo and
Vitiligo? Okay.
Vitiligo and what was the other thing I said earlier, where they go out and if they're exposed, they actually have like huge blisters and stuff. That one.
Yeah.
It's made for people like that, and when their study, they did 5 people who have what I have, and 100% cured.
Okay.
All 5.
But they didn't want to give it to you?
It's an orphan drug trial.
As an orphan, but
I'm not
okay.
going to get it unless I have some kind of background or some kind of doctor backing me saying, okay, this chick could benefit from this.
Okay, I think we're willing to support her, are we not?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Okay, so what were you saying?
Okay, because this is how I wear my socks and shoes that always come up to here. If I were to go outside in the sun, it would get red, but it would be so much redder on my feet because it's not normally
Okay, all right.
exposed.
Now I want you to go back to the area where you say your swimming suit was
Right here?
Was right there, but, yeah, so that's why you have that protected kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
white
you know
area
what?
there.
That's where that
But-
white,
You know what?
because the
But-
band is a little bit
It's,
thicker.
the band is double. It's double on the band. That's
there we
exactly
go.
it.
The
Because
band
we
right
were
here
trying to
is
figure out
thicker.
why below your, and again,
Yeah.
you're not bashful.
No,
about it.
I don't care. It's
Okay.
it's way thinner
So-
here than it
Yeah,
is
And
that's
here.
so you have actually found that the sun will go through clothing.
It goes through clothing, yeah.
Is that right?
It,
That is-
I have to, if I wear a thin shirt, I have to wear something underneath it. Or even if I wear a short sleeve shirt or a regular polo shirt, I have to wear a hoodie or a zip up
Yeah,
hoodie over
yeah.
it because it will go through my clothes and I want to keep working, so that's what I
Yeah.
do.
Now you're in the medical field yourself.
Yes, I'm an EMT.
You're an EMT. Okay. All right. So when you're out on the ambulance,
When I'm out on the ambulance, I'll wear a shirt underneath my polo shirt, or I'll wear, like I said, my zip up hoodie. And if I go out to like a car accident or something, my hoodie, my hat is on because it goes through my hair. And this is the worst part because it looks, and it gets so swollen, and then I get a really awful headache.
yeah.
And then I feel like I want to pass out, and then I'm gone.
All right.
Lean forward a little bit more. Let's see.
Yeah. So there's where the band was.
Band, yeah. There's the band.
Okay. Amazing. All right. Well, good. Thank you so much.